Hi lovelies, hope you're all doing really well. If you're wondering what's in my brows, it's some brow serum. It's actually castor oil. Excuse the fart again. We're gonna have to take another drink. Excuse me. It's supposed to be about my brow serum, but well, it's brow and lash serum, but there's no way I'm going to let that go anywhere near my lashes here. It does come with something for the lashes, like, you know, like a thin applicator, I think. So it's the Pro Looxi Organics Organic Castor Oil with biotin and vitamin E cold pressed brow and lash Vita Growth Serum. And it says it grows thicker and longer eyelashes and eyebrows. I don't think it would do too much, you know? Too much. I mean, I haven't actually used that much of it. I need to start using it again, so this is why you'll probably see my brows a little bit oily looking before I do these videos without makeup on, because in my opinion, putting this kind of serum, like oil, you can't do it before makeup. It has to fully dry in the brows. But yeah, I've got quite a lot left. How much did I tell you? Yeah, you get 60 mils, which isn't too bad for the price I paid. I'll find out that and put it around here somewhere. I got it from Amazon, if you're interested. Something came in here. Yeah, I know it was that. And that's the, like, mascara one bit. But I'm sure I got a very thin applicator to do it on the lashes as well. Maybe you threw that out. No, it's definitely not there. That doesn't matter though. Right, so as the title says, this is a different kind of video from me. This is all about my single eyeshadows. So what I'm going to be doing going forward, the Shop My Stash is going to look very differently, as well as like doing my Shop My Stash. I've already done it in certain videos for Shop My Stash. I'll pull 3 or 4 singles out and we'll use them. I did it this month. I think I pulled 3 out from Glamshop. So anyway, I'm going to show you what I've got and then we'll count the singles up. So these are just indie brand singles. I've also got Colourpop singles, which we'll do an entirely different video on. So I'm going to show you my Pastel Roses ones. I'm going to show you my Pastel Roses ones, and this is not all of the Pastel Roses ones. Some of them are elsewhere. So they come in this Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. So they look like this. Some of them are old, like I would say, you know, I've switched them up. So I couldn't tell you which one are old ones. These ones here, these ones down here are new. These ones here are new as well, going all the way back here. And then the bottom row's new. When I say new, I bought them last year. I'm going to tell you the shades. I don't know if a lot of these shades are still available, but I'm going to tell you the shades. Not necessarily swatching them. I'll be here till Christmas. Write in a comment if you want to see swatches on anything I'm going to show you. I think I'm just going to show you how they look. So we've got Nymph, which looks like that. Damn it, I'm digging my nails into them. And we've got, I think this might be a new one. No, it's not. Werewolf. A lot of these might have to get decluttered. I feel like the pans are getting rusty. The ones that I feel like might have to get decluttered soon, I think I'm going to pull them out next Shop My Stash. Pull like maybe 4 out, depending on the colour story we're working with. See if they're still good. Then we have Teal. This one's really pretty. I think this one's only like a pressed shadow, but it also looks like duochrome. But it's really pretty. That to me, yeah, the pan is starting to rust, but it doesn't look like it needs decluttering. Then I've got Lime Twist. I always remember this because it's the most beautiful shade. Well, one of the most beautiful shades in the palette from the older collection. Yeah, Lime Twist. Then I have, I think this is a new one. No, it's not. Beetle. Very pretty. Maybe none of these on the first row are new then. But they're all pastel roses. Right, Amazonia. Amazonia. Why can't I say it? Amazonia. Amazonia. That one's pretty too. And then Cookie. None of them are new from the top row. So let's go into the bottom row. I know some of these ones are new, but it's more towards the end. Let's just shift them along so I can try and not to dig them out. Okay, so we're starting now with blues and purples, whereas before we was more into the green territory. So this was when Pastel Roses, if it was when the brand first came out, it was definitely when I noticed the brand. So Pastel Roses, if you don't know, they're a UK indie brand. Soothsayer. So that's pretty. I mean, I don't even know why I got blues, because I certainly don't like blue. But these aren't too bad. Riverside. Aurora. They've definitely had use. They've got huge dents in here, so they've definitely had use in them. Some more than others. This one is a multi-chrome. I love it. It is a bit dark, but I do love it. It's called Marope. I'm going to swatch this one. This is probably the only one I will swatch. Like I said, it's probably a bit dark, but a lot of the time you can see it better if you do this, can't you? Put it kind of on the inside of your hand. Like it's green. Let me have a look this way. It's green, it's purple, it's blue. All the shifts. But it is a bit dark. I am keeping it. I paid £15 for it. So it would be crazy to get rid until I actually have to. Okay, so we're moving over to the new territory ones. Yeah, we'll start with these. There's some kind of like light blue ones here. Frosty. I think this was, it came to me at Christmas. I got a bundle at Christmas. And I got a bundle in February as well. Bad Apple, that came to me in February. Now I've done looks with all these guys, so you, like, if you watch my live streams, you will have seen what they look like on the eyes. If not, I don't even know where to point you to. You know, a lot of my videos with singles would have been titled Pastel Roses, so you should be able to find it if you want to. Then we've got Taupe Touch. This one is so stunning with Colourpop. That's Taupe. It's really, really pretty with that palette, or any palette like that. Right, next one, I think it's an old one. Yeah, Magic Potion. I got this for free when I placed an order with them. It's getting old. I need to use that and see what we're doing with it. Then we, oh shoot, I said shoot, guys. I've just taken a big chunk out of this, one of these new ones. Oh no, it's not one of the new ones. It's called Moonlight. Can you see where I've taken a chunk out of it? It's an old one. That makes me feel slightly better. Then we've got Pink Lemonade, another really nice one. But I just think they're losing pigment now. The reason I took a chunk out of that is because I didn't move them over when I should have done. Okay. Next. This is new. Electric Twinkle. I think I might have got that in the Halloween bundle. Then, again, I don't think I've done that recently, but there's a chip there. This isn't new though. It's in the shade Unicorn. It's really, really pretty. Then I've got two more new ones coming up. So we've got Polar Lights. I think I got this in the Christmas bundle. Very, very pretty. And they're just pressed shadows. They're not duochromes, they're not multichromes, but some give off that shift of being a duochrome. Right, why is this one really sticking to the pan like no one's business? Right, this one is Mischief Marble. I don't know about this one. I mean, look at the purple and all the other shades in that. That is stunning. I think maybe in the Halloween bundle. And then we've got 5 in the bottom row. So these are all new ones. Let's move them over. And I think most of them came from the Halloween bundle as well. Like I said, I have got some Pastel Roses ones elsewhere. They're not all in here at the moment. Snakebite, that was in the Christmas bundle. Again, it's another one that would go really well with the Colourpop That's Taupe palette. Isn't there a shade in that palette called Snakebite? Or have I just dreamt that up? Right, this one is one of my favourites. That one's called Spooky Sparkle. Like I said, I don't mind doing swatches, but it would take too long to do swatches on every palette I'm going to show you, because there's quite a few palettes here. So just tell me what you want to see swatches of if you want to see them, and I'll do it. Sweet Pumpkin, that was in the Halloween bundle as well. And what's this one? Bad Pumpkin, yes, that was in the Halloween bundle. And Moonstone, I think this was a freebie. Or was it? I don't know if it's new or it was a freebie. It's got different writing. So at the moment, that's what they're looking like. I'm a bit concerned. You know I've got more than 2 Pastel Roses to go here. So I'm a bit concerned about where I'm even going to put them. I want to keep Pastel Roses limited to 1 eyeshadow palette. So obviously when I've used, say, all of the top row needs to go for whatever reason, I'm going to have 3, 6, 7 spaces. That doesn't mean I need to rush out and go to Pastel Roses and get 7 new eyeshadows. It means that eventually there's going to be space there if I want to go out and get some. Then we've got a Lorac palette here, and it's got various different ones in. I'm going to talk you through my Tiny Decisions app, and you'll kind of understand what's going to be happening. I think I'm going to take, like when I do the Shop My Stash, maybe take 1 or 2 out of each palette, and that will make it more fair and I'll be getting use out of everything. I think so anyway. So I'm going to talk you through what's in here. Oh, it's better to do it this way, isn't it? So that's that. I think it's Looxi. I think the top row is Looxi. And this is not even all of my Looxi eyeshadows. I've got to be really careful with these ones because they're very, very fragile. Dido. I don't feel like I've used that in ages. But also, like, what I'll need to do is, if it gives me a shade that's just not going to go with the eyeshadow palettes that I pulled, it's like, yeah, we might have to spin the wheel again, but we'll see. Then we've got this one. This one is Solstice. This one isn't like the others. Like the other ones have got more glitter in them. This one does have a bit of glitter, but not to the point. I'll just swatch it so you can see. Like there's a bit of sheen there, but I wouldn't say it's a satin. Actually, maybe I would. There's not much going on, is there really? Like, I don't think there is, but maybe I'm just like... It was like this with the Beauty Bay Botanical palette. I don't think there's much going on in that palette either. There'll be a review on that soon. I'll be comparing it with the other palettes in my collection. But anyway, back to this. Solstice isn't like the other Luxy Beauty eyeshadows, in my opinion. Let's just take this one, for instance. Like, there's not much in it because it fell on the floor. That's how fragile they are. And that one's just so glittery. What shade is this? I think it's Angel Wings. Yeah, Angel Wings. Very, very pretty shade. And then I can show you more with this one. This one is, I think, Cookie Dough. Yeah, we can do a little swatch of this. Right, I want to compare them for you. And then let's go back in with Solstice. you can see that this one is more vibrant. Even if you can't see the sparkles, let's turn the mirror down, not the mirror, the light down a bit. And this one flips a little bit more as well. This one flips like from peach to gold, but this one is just, in my opinion, better. But I mean, at the end of the day, I think they only cost $2. I so wish Looxi was still available as a brand. And not only that, I wish it was available for the UK. I had to get a friend to send me these singles. Then we have some more just going down the bottom. So I'll swatch those three. Two of them are the same shade, so I don't need to swatch both of them. Screwball. Oh, that one's pretty. Goes to a blue to a purple. So stunning. Blue to a purple to a green. And they say that their eyeshadows, or they said at the time that their eyeshadows wasn't duochromes, wasn't multichromes. They are. Then we've got this one here, Electric Lemonade, which again has got a little bit more shine than the Screwball shade had, and is a little bit more fragile than that as well. I did say I wasn't going to swatch, didn't I? That looks like that. Okay, I think we're done with the swatching. Right. Then I've just got one from Unique Beauty, so I may as well show you that. This is absolutely stunning, guys. I've recently pulled this into a Shop My Stash. That all over the eyes looked absolutely beautiful. It's in the shade Loofah. It's from the brand. There was a brand in the UK called Unique Beauty. I don't think it any longer exists. Okay, next up is these ones along here. And then these ones along here. Right, part of me doesn't really want to be talking about this first shade, because they're having a lot of drama at the moment, and rightly so. I know a lot of people who are boycotting the brand. So this one is by Kyma Cosmetics. It's a really nice single. I am going to be using my two Kyma Cosmetics palettes that I've got, and also this single, because it just would be a waste to not use them, and I've already got them in my collection, and one was a gift. I don't know what I'm going to be doing going forward about Kyma Cosmetics. I think the brand owes the content creator an apology. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I don't really want to get too much into it because it's not my business. There's so many people talking about this on Instagram, so you probably already know the ins and outs of it anyway, and it's probably all over TikTok as well. So therefore I don't really need to talk about it, do I? Not only that, I think the content creator has a YouTube channel as well as a Instagram account, so she can talk about it. It's her business. Right, next up is this one. That one is a lot like the Loofah shade. So, oh gosh, I nearly dropped it. These are very fragile as well. Titmouse Cosmetics in the shade Sonia. I feel like this one will be going. Let's just swatch that against Loofah. That one looks way more green. Almost like a forest green, but when I'm showing that in the camera and the light is on it, I don't want too many shades the same. That's the thing, guys. It looks like that, but then when I swatch them, Loofah's a duochrome. No, they're nowhere near similar, are they? You can see the difference. Right, so I'll keep both then. But that Sonia shade is on a black base, and I don't like black-based singles. So we'll see about that. Right, and then I think we're going over to Glamshop next. So Titmouse in the shade Eleanor. That's a really pretty white shimmer. Could have done with that when I created my Glaminatrix Grounded palette. I might actually put that in there. So next is Glamshop. So it's all these going up here. So let's sort this out. So these are mainly pastels. I used a lot of these this month. We do have more. So this one is called Alternate Dimension. It's like a blue with a green shift. This one is called Candy Glass. I do feel like I need to turn the light down a bit. One notch. This one is called Mix. This one I dropped. I'm the queen of dropping things. I'm a klutz. But I tried to save a little bit just so I could use it. This one's called Little Liar. It's like a green with a blue shift. This one is, it's not my favourite. I think this could get decluttered. This one is called Lemongrass. Again, it's a lot like the shades that we swatched before. I don't think it is. Let's swatch it. There's nothing to it. There is nothing to that shade. I could quite happily declutter that. In fact, it's on a black base. I know I'm not going to want to keep it. I'm going to declutter it. And then this is another one which I could probably declutter. Can you see how they're so similar? This one is in pink kiwi. Right, I do want to try that one. Just because it's kind of like, I wouldn't say a brown, but it's got a really nice flip to it. Yeah. So that's what it looks like now. Again, that palette looks like that. So I've decluttered one out of there. Right, so I'm going to show you this Colourpop one. This is my Colourpop Alice in Wonderland. There's a shadow come out of it. I do not know which one it is. I think it's a yellow. I think there was a yellow here. But why I'm showing you this is because there's some pastel rosy shades in here. So we have, and there's Looxi. There's 2 Looxi and 1 pastel roses. I don't want to put them back if I can help it, because I want to keep this palette intact, but I just need to know that they're here. I think I've written all the singles down anyway. If it comes to me doing the tiny decisions and we never come into these eyeshadows, I'll just pick them out. I'll do this one and those 2 purples one day. So that's Spectrum. I'll swatch this for you. Why can't I speak today? This is a multi-chrome. Again, I feel like that's drying up. But that's a great one for this time of year. Let me just take the Glamshop one off. It used to be a lot more vibrant than that, guys. What I need to do, right, I need to use Colourpop Costa Coral. And I need to use that as well. So I think that would make a really nice look. Then we've got the Looxi ones. So we're back to Looxi for a minute. So we've got Fuchsia AF. I'll swatch these. Which is a really vibrant, like, fuchsia shade, as what it says. And then this one is my favourite, just because it's got more about it. That one is Dupe. I love this shade. And it's softer. I think the softer ones have more about it. They've got, like, other colours in them, which makes it look like a duochrome. Can you see how it shifts? Whereas this one doesn't really do anything. This one's got a bit of blue in it as well, but this one is like, it's purple and peach at the same time. So that's that. Right, so I'm going to show you Glaminatrix, but it's not all of my Glaminatrix because, again, some of my Glaminatrix singles are in the Glaminatrix Grounded Dupe palette. So comes in a palette like this. My friend Naomi bought me this. I need a bigger one, not necessarily from Shop Miss A or anything, but I need a bigger palette. I need a 12 pan for all my Glaminatrix singles, and this is a 9 pan. So look at those, aren't they beautiful? So this is Divina, and then I know those 2 are Glaminatrix. Lisa bought me those 2, and then those 6, my friend Karen bought them for me. I don't really want to swatch them. I want you to tell me if you want me to swatch them in a separate video. What I want to do, just take one out a second, because I need to hold them up to show you, don't I? So, Divina, that is just stunning. I think that's a multi-chrome. Solar Delirium. I think this is a multi-chrome as well. This one is G'day. I love saying that. This one is Baubles. Yeah, I've got, I was thinking, well, where are my other ones? They're in this palette that I'm going to show you coming up. Right, we'll move over to the just pressed eyeshadows. I don't want to say it like that because they're darn good pressed eyeshadows, more like metallics. So we've got Fox. It came in a bundle. I can't remember the name of the bundle. I think it was volume 1 though. I will find it on Glaminatrix and put it around here if I can, if they still stock it. I think they do. Then we've got Lion. Was it something Creatures? I think it was something Creatures volume 1. Yeah, I'm very lucky to have them. Mink. I've took them out of the individual cases. They came in cases. Panda. Don't drop it, Andrea. That really needs to go at the start. And then, it's not the last one, it's the second to last one. Kitten. And then the last one, I could probably pass it on to someone. Could probably pass it on to my mum. That's my mum's, one of my mum's colours, and it's in the shade Bear. I don't go in for this, like, I'll swatch this so you can see what I mean. I don't go in for the really dark brown shades like that. They're just too dark for me. But look how smooth that swatch is. Let's just wipe this off. And then we've just got one more palette to go through, which I'm going to talk you through. If you've not seen my grounded palette because you don't watch my live streams, you'll get to see it now. So this is it. I know it's a mishmash of everything. I am getting the grounded palettes coming soon. It's just dispatched, so it should be here soon. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this shimmery one out. It does shift, and put the Titmouse Cosmetics one in and see how I like that. I'm going to leave the matte white one in still because I do mix them. So that's that. Right, so we've got another Pastel Roses one here. So I'll show you what that looks like. That's a multi-chrome. And they're just getting on the older side, guys. I think I'm just going to have to declutter them. And it makes my heart not happy. It makes me feel sick. So the shade is Hypnosis. I'm just really trying to get as much use out of them as possible. And that's why I like building my own palettes. I mean, look at that. So it's purple, it's green. Yeah, it's just beautiful. Excuse my throat. Right, then, what have we got here? Oh yeah, we've got Glaminatrix. See, this is why I need a bigger palette. This one is in Majestic. Beautiful. Then we've got another Glaminatrix one. I think it's IS1. Yeah, that one there. That one flips orange. It's so pretty. Whoops, don't break. Glaminatrix. We've done the Hypnosis by Pastel Roses. This one is a stunning shade as well by Glaminatrix. This one's in the shade Sparks. And then we've got the last Looxi one that I've recently hit pan on. You can see it here. I've hit pan there. Oh, I'm so sad, but also it's an accomplishment, so I'm so happy. It's in the shade Nectar. Let me just move these over and then I can show you the palette once again. I really enjoyed using this. I've used it this month when I created it. Really enjoyed using it. It's such a pretty palette, so I can't wait to get the Glaminatrix Grounded. I'm very lucky to be getting that. My friends bought it for me. So that's the eyeshadow palettes. Let me show you my Tiny Decisions app. Right, so the Shop My Stash is going to change. So I've got like all these different options on my Tiny Decisions wheel, if you will. So can you see which eyeshadow to use? I'm going to... I don't know how I'll do it. Because normally I screenshot, but who's knocking? I don't know who was knocking where then. It sounded like it was on my window. So as you'll be able to see, it says which eyeshadow palette to use. There's 155 options there. chopping block palettes, there's 4 options there. Pastel Rose singles, 28 options. Terra Moon and Glaminatrix singles, 12 options. Looxi, Kima, Titmouse, Glamshop and Unique Beauty. So they're all there. So you don't need to see what we'll be doing for eyeshadow palettes. You'll be seeing that in a Shop My Stash. I'm going to do all my Shop My Stash live stream now. It's just, I don't want to sound ungrateful, but that's where I get the most views. I think people are just used to seeing me do live streams over longer form content. Some things I will do over longer form content, but some things I won't. So, okay, so we'll go into Pastel Rose singles. Say I'm actually doing my Shop My Stash now. I'll show you what I'll be doing going forward. So that's what the wheel looks like with all these singles on. So Moonstone. So it's picked Moonstone out. So say we're picking 2 out, it'll be Moonstone. And Mischief Marble. So they're the 2 singles I would use from that palette. And then we'd go over to another one. Terra Moon and Glaminatrix singles. Pick 2 from there. What's that one? Ooh, Terra Moon Solar Delirium. I'd like that because I've not gotten enough use out of that. And Kitten. I've not gotten enough use out of that either, so that would be good. And then the last wheel is Looxi, Kima, Titmouse, Glamshop and Unique Beauty singles. So if it ever falls on the Kima, don't come for me, guys. I'm just using what I have. So again, press the wheel. Glamshop Little Liar. Not gotten enough use out of that. And Loofah. No, we wouldn't be using Loofah because I've used Loofah recently, so we'd choose again. Looxi. There's something not right there. I don't have an eyeshadow called Looxi. Just do that again. Glamshop Little Liar, we've already chosen that one. Looxi Dido. I think what I've done with that Looxi shade is just not put the shade name on, so that could be anything. That's what I'll do when I come to do my Shop My Stash, so it will make the Shop My Stash video probably a lot longer, but because we're going live stream, it doesn't matter, does it? I know that you guys all like a good long video on live stream, so that's what I'm doing going forward. I'm doing the same with my eyeshadow palettes, but if I've got anything new in, which I've still got a few new eyeshadow palettes from Christmas and birthday, I'm letting you guys choose. Don't forget to vote on the poll because there's a tie at the moment. Well, between 3 palettes. 2 palettes though I'm just using as one. They're the Essence ones. The Essence Bronze This Way and Essence I Like to Mold It. And then there's the Natasha Denona I Need a Warm. So they're tied at 33% each last time I looked. So don't forget to go and vote because it will soon come to the point where I've finished using Beauty Bay Botanicals palette and I'll have to pick a palette out. And then I'm going to pick one palette out, like a pastel leaning palette out for the summer because we are still in summer and I want to get used out of the pastel palettes. And then the wheel, let me just show you which eyeshadow palette to use. So we'd click on the wheel again. Please don't give me a dud. Colourpop Holiday Muppets. I'm happy with that. I'd pick that. If it ever told me to pick something that I've used recently, no. I'm not just going to use a palette that I've used recently. It doesn't make any sense, does it? I want to... This wheel is going to give me a chance to use all the older palettes in my collection. There aren't, my entire eyeshadow palette collection is on this wheel, and then there's a few in Project Pan. So once I've used all my Pastel eyeshadows kind of in the autumn, I'll probably go to the Project Pan ones, because I think most of the Project ones are autumn themed palettes anyway. So that's how Shop My Stash is going to change. But other than that, we're still going to be using Shop My Stash products, going through my entire collection. You'll see it more in a live stream, which I feel like that's better. I'll show you my collection, we'll go through it, we'll pick out the products. So yeah, I think that might be better in the long run anyway. Thank you so much for joining me for this video, guys. I really appreciate it. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to like, subscribe, share and comment. And don't forget, if you want to see any swatches of anything I've shown you, just type whatever you want to see, whatever palette I've shown you. And yes, I'll do swatches on that for you. I absolutely don't mind doing it. But I didn't want to like start swatching everything on the back of my hand. But yeah, thank you for watching again, and I'll see you soon.